Yay! Welcome back to live stream. Welcome back to Doki Doki ddlc.plus. So in the previous live stream, we had 87% data collected, and we've been through half, over half of the side stories. We've been through balance or balance, whoever you want to pronounce it, but I'm normally say balance because influence from League of Legends character balance. It's really funny. So the third side story and the fourth side stories is not as emotional as the first and the second, but honestly I'm really worried because of the fifth and the sixth side story. So in this live stream I'm gonna read the side stories between Monica and Yuri, and I don't know, I've been through series and Yuri's side stories and I nearly cried, and I also don't know what time I'm supposed to read this meeting notes 3. So we got musical side story which is really nice, but I don't know which timeline. So yeah, which is a track 6 actually. That's the issue. But yeah, we also have to finish the side story first, right? So let's get into it. No further ado. Also, if you're underage, please reconsider playing this game. Steam rated this game as 17G, but I think you are able to play this game under 17 years old, but you have to be older than 13 years old. So please reconsider before playing this game. And if you have any diseases related to your heart or any history of depression or non-living thought, please be considered before playing this game. So yeah, am I bothering you? No. Also, I'm blind playing the side story, so please don't spoiler or any backseating, okay? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always just sink into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectation to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. Because if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prudence. It's not so bad to be social if I let others to do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yuri glances across the room at Siri and Nasu. Siri has her head knocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of the cookie that Nasu is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. That is not hygienic. Come on. What are you doing? Siri, Nasu, what are you doing? Maybe I should say something. No need to just ran a cookie one ways. True. They really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Siri seems particularly good at making that happen, but the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to dinner. You and I haven't had many chance to talk one-on-one, have we? So that may be partially my fault, since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. Probably from a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equal to me, on me, at least to display some openness to engage. This will feel weird. What is going on wrong with the game? Today, I do click the mouse and then it just stops for a moment. Well, what about doing times like lunch to give me up with friends? I just read. Oh. I just want to make sure I should not laugh. But I like it that way. Feels nice to be carried off again after my morning classes. Do you always read fantasy? Not always. It's all I read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. I'll still chew my books after this one. I guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genre. I read anything with definite majority. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. And I can know as a voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell you what it could do too. Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Sorry, just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really, even if it's just between us. Should I ask someone who has no shame, like Natsu? Ouch. Sorry, I swear I didn't mean that. I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in the past too, you know? Since I was too embarrassed to read experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things, it happens to everyone. For instance, Natsu's interest in manga reminds me a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. Makes me think that she likely grow out of it too. Hey, what are you talking about me? No, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did we get into manga, Natsu? Oh, good question. Like a couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah? When was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. I guess, let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Yeah, I was like, it was just like I really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into this one series that I really related to. Because I had an actually place where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be myself. Hey, can you like Yuri? Monica? Sorry. This is completely wrong, so still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites. They sound like they have you a lot of hard times. You know it. Well, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high did you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsu was amazed by holding her hand high above her head, setting up an imaginary stack. She gave one of those mangas that like 50 volumes long so that I can say I read more than you. Not that I have the money for that. Please, that will hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. And I was just joking. I can never actually read books like yours, it's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at the Natsu. It's not boring. Sure, except for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion, I just think it's too convoluted. Seriously, are those from the floor? Seriously, that is disgusting. You're gonna get sick. This is happening around the world, man. Gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any of my foods. My hands aren't dirty. You sure? Just do it. The oils are there, even if you can't see them. Yeah, it's greasy, you know. Fine. Siri just out the floor. The door. Siri just out the door, and Natsu follows. You look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my puppy boring? She did correct herself. Oh, she was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. She knows well how much this means to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of meaninglessly telling me the things you hate about it? But at least she being honest. Sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time. Now people have strong feelings about what they like or don't like, especially in the literature clubs. So I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something that I have to think about and revisit, so I can help Natsu find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary, I just wish to be respected. Then, either way I do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsu. Just you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. Oh god, I'm not ready. Oh, new song. Okay everyone, we have a special club meeting today. As you know, the literature club is a place where you get to share things that we're really passionate about. That also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn differences into positive energy for each other's. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? It's important to me. I'm sorry, I just feel like I'm being excused or something. No, Natsu. Just a meeting, you know. Just discussion. I'm not accusing anyone for anything. Sorry if I came out that way. The conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language. And I thought it would be a good topic for a literature class, don't you think? Sure, we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we are prepared to keep positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so. Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thoughts. Because for poetry, narratives, cultural composition, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? I have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks? Or do you mean full meal? Should I include breakfast? Oh jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit? That's easy, cherries. Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Now, fruit lover like me, I'm not fond of fruit actually. I mean, I like cooking behind the scene, but fruit for me, not my thing. What? Cherries are delicious? Well, that's a pretty strong reaction. I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries nasty. How does it make you feel? I don't know, sad? Defensive maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherry. Because you feel like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like, I think cherry tastes nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging serious reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was only your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. We're talking about the reality of the cherries, not the feeling about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that. I think cherries are nasty. Good. So why instead of that, I said like I tried cherry and they know for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Yeah, that's fine. As long as you don't think of nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so cherry was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about cherries, I just talk about my feelings, and Sari didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we receive an invitation to talk about our differences. You don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or something. I know that. I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. Does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, just realized I shouldn't have to put all my language through the filter just to protect someone's feelings. But you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help turn your differences into a positive experience rather than an argument. Right, Theory? Whatever you say, cherry haters. I don't like cherry too. I'm sorry, Theory. I'm not really good at food, you know. Oh, come on. Sorry, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to have to demonstrate. What the heck? I'm being duped. I'm sorry, Sari. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Like your people's loyalty, how deplorable. Or like you would turn down free sundae, Yuri. You are certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. That was... I was reading and not keeping track of them. Well, that's enough. We can get off topic. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try it with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, you want to start? Well, I'd rather not. No. How come? Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just going to start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. Not a child, you don't have to call them my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable. Your expression just at that word. As Monica recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. But the point that exercise is exactly right. It's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. The stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh well, that's just a misunderstanding then. Now you were gonna say that manga is for children or something. I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. Not doing lists about manga. Did my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature than now. Excuse me? Okay, hold on, can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Silence. Then maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Nasu? Nobody's immature. I read Nasu manga and Yuri's fantasy. I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't it subjective? Okay, it bores me, that's subjective. But the thing about it's ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? It was going to make people upset. Not sad. Like I said, I don't care what other people think, but I always got the impression that you secretly look down upon me. So I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all, you're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me of just being myself trying to mind my own business. What? Have you looked in the mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling it all my interest in nature. You can't. Please stop. Please. Okay. God dang it. I mean, about side stories, like there's like multiple games, like different type of games give side stories. For example, not let's go to festival boundaries give for DJs, and they give side stories from different characters, but they just give a lot actually to the point that we don't even have time to read most of them. So most of us rhythm gamers kind of feel bored about it. We apologize for the game creators about that. And to the game that had the straight main stories and a few side stories that totally relating to the main games, which actually makes it more interesting. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. Oh god. I did mean for this to happen. I understand, Monica. I didn't do nothing wrong. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try to solve other people's problem next time, okay? Oh god, Yuri. You're expressing words and send the club rooms into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves. Holy crap. Never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. You weren't very nice either, so I was just saying. How did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid things for me to do. It's not. I mean, come on, Monica, you're outside the Kaicho. You are the president of the literature clubs. I mean, there's more people and it takes more responsibilities, so I totally understand you. Like, man, you do nothing wrong. If I was in this situation, I would do the same. It's nobody's fault. It wasn't stupid, but it's just not simple to actually solve the problem, solve the conflict. Actually, everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this, but I guess we're sensitive about things we really love. True. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I say, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually down other people for it. Kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. I think that's the reason why that in the main games, Doki Doki Literature Clubs, and the main game, and I wrote like 2 poem games to Natsuki, and then at the end I changed my mind to write everything, like even the perfect Yuri doesn't care. Like, she broke down. It's not about sugarcoating things, it's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. You actually look down on me. It has nothing to do with her words, choice, or anything like that. No, Yuri actually looked down on me, not you, not Monica. Yuri actually looked down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you were trying to do. But I really think the problem here is her, not just the way we talk to each other, right? I mean, true, Natsuki, that's true. No reason like that, she's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. Should she be reflecting on this? I actually think everyone should. You'll be fine. I'll figure something out. I'm just like saying that instantly. I just send myself up to cause more problems. That wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself over it. I agree with Natsu there. You ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Yeah, I have to give her credit that honesty is more important actually. Because I can just move on now. Yeah. But it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's just a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk and read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. Just Peter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we are all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. But this was bound to happen eventually. Natsu and Yuri have always engaged with each other, the least out of anyone, and this is the reason. The differences. As Seiri and Natsu proceed to distract themselves with mangas, Monica says to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. But the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other. Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Seiri doesn't either. For once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. Yeah, that's pretty tough. To having people with differences and then they just get angry at each other. It's teamwork. Wait. Sounds suspicious. Oh god. I don't know if I'm ready. Yuri, don't mad at us. Come on. Yeah, we do have differences, but just respect each other, okay? Like here. Remember? Listen to Monica. Please, Yuri. When the day arrives, Seiri arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at the desk and pulls out sheer paper pen to jot down her thoughts. Seiri has made a habit of scraping her thoughts, feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry. Oh god. My hospital becomes because of ship sails away. Yo. Yeah. Natsu. Mr. Box ahead now out from behind closet door. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. It would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. Now you want me to listen in on your poetry thing? Yeah. Thanks for realizing that. Shall I let you finish that then? But I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient with not interrupting. Where's Monica, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway? Huh? Why? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into a club room by herself, so... Oh. Jeez, does Yuri really like things bother her that long? She can't control her feeling. Some people it's really hard to cope when you get bad thought in your head. Maybe then you distract yourself for a little while. As soon as just viewing your thought again comes back. Just want us to have a normal club meeting. Someone is here to pretend like it never happened and we all just ignore it and move on. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's just so stupid. Her opinion on me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy that things were the way things were, but before we had to have that conversation yesterday. Upon the conversation made you upset. So you're being mean by the manga? Maybe I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of mangas all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. Something about it really got to me this time. I hate that I made that happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No, why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. Just, I hate that things. She's so much better than me. It's because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's why he is. At least other people decide that they don't like me or manga or whatever. Yuri acts like she too good to even give me a chance. Sorry, no one deserves a chance. Exactly. He gives Yuri's books a chance. After this, it's obviously not. But before this, now, I learned until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. I see. But you know, I like Yuri's book. Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Siri shakes her head. I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga is pretty honest and fun and easy to just let it go with. The fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. The most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves, so I love them both. I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think. Uh-oh. Sayori. What did you do? What did you say to her? Did you talk too much fantasy? How did you get along with everyone so well? I was getting into fight with people. But first it was with Monica when I was new to the club. And then was you. Now it's Yuri. And I'm always like, oh, that person is being such a jerk. And if they just realize that, then we could at least get along. Nobody else has the problem. Just keep running away from the reality that nobody just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsu. She puts her comforting hands on Natsu's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways that they like to communicate, you know. Sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky we make friends who are really good at some kinds of communication. And it feels like you magically connect with them. Other times, if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other or to get the communication wrong. Something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot, like correction and self-awareness, vulnerability, and that one. Vulnerability always have to be strongest. What do you mean? Me about that part, you. Well, sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, I guess like that. Like when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things like when my room isn't clean. So what I'm gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then it's letting them win. Better than that. Better than all of them. So things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like if something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry and find ways to blame everything else instead. Did you see yourself as better than Yuri? I said that I would just sorry for myself. Oh, thoughts or feeling are two different things. If we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about ourselves. It's our vulnerability, you know, accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I hate that. Feelings makes me a bad person because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. That she's judgmental, know-it-all who's stuck in her itchy face, and I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for that feeling that way. I'm not terrible. I'm not your feeling, but you're not your feeling. Say that to yourself out loud. Fine, I'm not my feeling. Way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house and you gotta see each other every day. And even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other's every now and then, and it's gonna make you feel like crap. So the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other, and maybe even have each other's change for better. Does that help you understand? How do you know so much about this stuff? Just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. Oh, you mean main protagonist from the original game? Called depression. Depression? Even like the happiest person I know. And not my feeling. Oh, this line, I totally understand this. Like, let's see, my feeling is the depression, like it's just don't let depression taking over yourselves. That's what I'm guessing the series is trying to mean. Don't let the feeling take you over, just be yourself. I want to be a good person like you. You little sweetheart. You're good people. You and Yuri and Monica. I think Yuri will eventually learn up from you. Natsu remains silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori kindly showing a complicated mixture of pain, sadness seems to fill her as though one form of wound inside her. Sayori resolved her vulnerability. No, it was understood she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as thought that she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. But what about Monica and Yuri? Oh, finally. The corridor, this part corridor became in background now. Yuri, what are you doing all the way over there? I was looking for you. Please don't yell at me. Well, I'm not going to yell at you. Just wanted to say sorry about what happened yesterday. Something of me to put anyone on the spot like that. So I was just trying to jump in and solve anyone's problems. This is a bad habit of mine. You're not Mammy? I thought you were the one Mammy. I was so awful yesterday. Because of recalling the details of the argument. can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? He pauses for a second, then manages a nod. So could try out up the Tennessee Bake Sale. It's the music, I guess. Look at this scene next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thoughts patterns and I can't get away from them. What kinds of negative thought patterns? Like everyone hates me, especially Nasu. Oh, that's terrible. I don't think Nasu hates you. How did you know? Because yesterday conversation, the aftermath of the discussion. Well, because when it thinks back the time she herself found herself in the altercation with Nasu, and how a display of maturity from Monica was enough for Nasu to revelate her own feelings as well. I think Nasu is just naturally defensive. Then she asks me when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's really not a bad person. But then she can be really tough when considerate. She just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degrees of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it. But that means the burden is on me. I don't know how to say things that make people like me. With that, I open my mouth, just shakes her head at her and tosses her hair. It's okay, Yuri, you don't need to be yourself. I think anyone would like you if they had a chance to get to know you. Unfortunately, the opposite is true, so I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happened when I draw attention to myself. Nasu even said she found it more respectable when people speak their mind, so I did. And then she hated me anyway. Wasn't enough to cover my fears. But seeing you, I like you, and really coming to know you a lot right now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think about Nasu? I don't think about her. That's not what I meant, really. I was just wondering if you have an opinion on her. I do. What is it? Nasu seems to bring out the worst in me, and I'm really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a very sophisticated person. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my taste, that's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her. It makes me think bad things about her. Everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who was doing something wrong again. My feeling is about her overall. I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential. No, Yuri, feelings are never wrong, but they're not right. That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know. It's just a state of being that we don't always have control over. That doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like it's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things, or we can, you know, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I can never be mad at you for just feeling some way. It's about how you handle them. I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Reverse dejected expression can make it sound so easy, so mature, so good with people. You're like such a child in comparison. Oh, Yuri, I'm far from perfect. These are learned skills. It didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts. just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. It's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it feels like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable, but I'm just tired of being in a way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this. Yeah, you can't focus on your breathing when the peace is disturbed, right? Because the literature club should be happy for everyone. Monica and Yuri is in that direction. I feel like Sari must be rubbing up on me because I really want to hug you now. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind so. Monica pulls Yuri into a short embrace. You're so gentle. I love when you communicate your feelings. We're lucky to get to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsu will too. I'm going to write her the letter. Or letter, what a great idea. Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feeling get the best of me. And I forget to say all the important things and I say things that I mean. But I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Your face hardens with determination. People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you with Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that, and I wouldn't want it to be. Something I've learned is that friendship don't always just magically appear out in the air. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. Obviously, in a lot of ways, I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me so that we can get along. I think it was the same with you. It would give me a lot of time and patience, and I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki? Where is Nas? I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. That is the type of person or magical formula I have to follow in order to make someone like me. And that's just like me to think that, always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Really shakes her head. When it happens when you think about other person, you offer time and effort to understand them, respect them, and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I love put my observation in the literature club. Observations? Monica is caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept herself so much that it's so unusual to hear her suddenly talking about the club stuff like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Series too. It makes me happy because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much of it. Monica never thought much of it. But in the past weeks, Yuri always seems to be especially attentive when it comes to problems and concerns of others. Always wanted to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true. Sayori and Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people and can more easily work through situations of conflict. That doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. The first step toward improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri's never gave herself enough credit for, that Monica can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the privacy store. A very shy girl with long pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways. Her face pressed into her lapels. When she finds a literature club president's classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before being inside. Monica is seen chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, I suspected this was a bad idea at all. Suddenly, Monica glanced up toward the door, making the girl panic and ducked outside. Before she gained composure and decided for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Yuri was surprised to see you during lunch. Yuri squeezed up response. Please help me. What, is everything okay? Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters. Thank goodness. Like there was some kind of emergency. Monica briefly glances over her shoulders at her other friends. If you want some help, we can go find an empty classroom or something. Is that okay? I'll be bad taking you away from your friends. It's totally fine, promise. We weren't really doing anything. One sec. Monica just back into her classroom saying something like, I gotta go to her friends, then grabs a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri. Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. Yuri stands in front of Monica as a children sound. How are you today? Me? Yeah, yes. Of course. Sorry, I was just caught. Doing well today, just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week. How come? Well, I don't know. I'm just easily distracted. Get really sucked into things and start neglecting time. Me too. I do that too. Hey, this classroom is empty. Let's go in there. After peering inside, Monica opens the classroom door and Jonathan enters. During moments of relaxation ends, she watches as Monica puts 2 chairs up to the same desk and then obeys as Monica beckons her to take a seat. She steps down at the empty desk. You know what? I don't want to do this. We don't have to. We can go with something else. She shakes her head. It's my chance to do something good. To take initiative. Gosh, you must be really determined. You know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you. She pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper or notebook. Then she picks up a pen. Oh! Hey, you're left-handed, that's neat. Really? She is. Man, you look up close. They really close. 2 girls, 1 table. Yeah. I don't have to worry about bumping your arm. Monica playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri. Sorry, just being silly, I guess. Anyway, how about we start listening to different things you want to say to her? 3 things. I feel embarrassed all of a sudden. Oh, it's okay. How about some other things you said to me yesterday? But never mind, I guess I try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer her attention evidence. And she writes for the word reflection. This is about my reflection on our behaviors. The key question is why we act like this towards each other. I have been able to separately be friends with Siri and Monica. That's me. Yes, it is. So, 3 things. I've been able to be friends with the 2 of you because you've taken the time to understand at least and respect my interests. Same goes for Nasir too. Stop. That's pretty hostile to each other because I was so worried about getting what I wanted, and she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I want to do that too. So what damn thing do you want to do, huh? I want. When doing some things like that, like to proceed, like when people respond positively to things I talk about, not just brush me off. I like it when my feeling are taken seriously. Like when you and Sarah just that I want to be a good person even when I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's write the things down. Okay? Please write something down. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable. So we should make sure that we make the person first. Yeah. Also, she did write something. Actually. And also, Yuri's facial expression actually really fits when she actually really nervous, biting her lip. Next one, illustration. And yeah, I do see Monica's pen as well. Monica's pen is hard, isn't it? I mean, Monica's into romance things. Always suggest people romance stuff. It's hard when they're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things that they are doing wrong. I think that first you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them, and make the thing that you feel you could do better. And finally, you ask what you would like in return. How does that sound for the structure? It could be pre-paragraph, one for each of the points. I like that. The task was so disorganized. I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structures. I'm so amazing at this thing. Oh, stop. That's so much more than I have, you know. I spent so much time reflecting and being open-minded. It's the hardest thing for anyone to do. And I'm doing this to help you put it on a piece of paper. So I think you're an amazing one. You think your skills are having a good squeeze. As she lets go, she's caused by surprise when you recalls her fingers to touch Monica's hands in place. For a while they sit like in silence, except for occasional scratching of Yuri's pants against the paper. Yesterday you told me something that I'm thinking about a lot. What was that? Think about how feeling I'm running wrong, that they are just straight up being we need to come up with a term with. It makes me think about how personal behavior isn't always just how they decide to be. They also made up their past experience and their insecurities. And that helps me see other people as actual people, rather than as insignificant sized characters who are out to get me somehow. Is that how you feel about Nasu? Probably not. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best. Everyone wants to be happy. The happiest are Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri puts it in browser, partially covering it with her arm. I had to be able to read it to help out, you know. It's okay. Those are a lot more organized now after being able to talk to me about it. Now that I'm actually putting it on paper, I realize I really prefer other readers to read it. Prim laughed softly to herself, a rare expression. I'm kind of glad to hear that actually. So how's keep finding ways to get into this whole thing? I've done enough damage. Also, they do make details on their lips as well. I mean, no wonder. I mean, this is actually really nice. Also, I mean, I feel bad for the particle not to move actually. It would be really better to actually making details for the suns go through the windows. I mean, yeah, they could do the same for the original paintings for UV scenes too, you know. But it's also been so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but really smiles. I will always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I never get the hang about being this one. But listening to you so much has really helped me make sense of some things, such as don't call it damage, please. Monica gives you a gentle smile. Kimberly and Kennedy is just looking for fresh fantasy gigs, and all I got was a real friend who valued me. Is that a joke? Of course it is. Still can tell with you. Sorry. Now I love it, please never change. As you wish. He glances at the clock. We're almost out of time. We'll be able to finish by the end of the day, probably. I don't want to come to the club the same day and then massively read it. I'm too shy. I can give it to her instead if you like. Really not. As long as you promise not to read it. Of course I promise. Thank you. Yuri exhales but Chu stands up. I'll message you when it's ready. Monica's not. Like I'm here, you need me. Yuri listen. Yuri returns a nod and the two departs. I'm really not sure if she's actually ready. That's it? Oh no. Binary data with 401. No tether. I made some new headway with VM2. Don't get excited, it's still impossible to establish any kind of stable connection. It occurred to me that I could at least run a memory dump through some pattern analysis routines to see if we can decipher any digital data from the VM. Didn't want to hog it all to server time on a hunch. I had some preliminary results that indicate the presence of binary computer system. Based on this, I'm going to schedule 3 days of server time next week to isolate any chunk of memories that appear to have binary data. If successful, we'll definitely be able to find some encoded text and get our first tiny glimpse of VM2. Don't mind me though, just keep going nuts on VM1 and after that, we'll have more to share soon. System engineer data. Kinda see, man. Oh, what's this? Okay, flower, tea bag. Oh yeah, because as I remember, Yuri also the name of the flower, right? Yeah, that makes sense. So we have all the wallpaper so far, all of the poems, but missing 3 of these. Oh gosh. It has to be. I mean, I'm gonna assume these 2 has to be a secret. These 3 is special poems, retire it, and the corridor. I thought like we should have that like right at the beginning. And yeah, I use this for a thumbnail. Small quiet stairway with Shuri sometimes before as her reading location. Really? Simple side story reflection. Oh god. Man, I'm gonna assume that maybe, just maybe in the final side stories, yeah, you're gonna show, or Monica gonna show Natsuki's the letters. But Jesus Christ, this is gone intense. Not gonna lie, really intense. Like Yuri, people have differences. I mean, it doesn't mean like we hate each other. We just share our favorites and it's just fine. People can actually do whatever they want. They can actually explore other people's favorites, and if they don't, I mean, here's Batman. And also to pay attention that I can also see a little bit of the background as well. It's dim, really hot, So yeah, I don't know what this. That's not gonna lie, kind of long side story. I like it, but yeah, I can say it's long actually because like it has to get two side story becomes connected, and yeah, I do miss a lot this stuff. I will end up playing the original games again anyway. I mean, in order to get 100% that connected, you have to play the games multiple times in order to get all of the randomized special poems, which is the things I don't like. I mean, I like the game, I bought the game, and the game keeps some people memories, and which is absolutely nice. And it just like having to do something multiple times just keep people's bored, not gonna lie. Like it's like listening to music. You listen to music for multiple times. Your life sucks, not gonna lie. Just getting boring. I mean, I really have to say sorry about that. I mean, I'm getting tired of people hearing the same song every single day. It's like, yeah, yeah, there will be always a time neighborhoods always sing karaoke at night. It's super noisy and it's singing folk music. It's just really annoying actually. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I like these side stories, but yeah, I'm not gonna complain it's long. I'm gonna I mean, I'm gonna keep enjoying side stories. Some people don't like the side story, some people like the story. And come on, don't fight each other, please. Everyone has differences. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hasta la vista.